are Tyrians. We are many races, several professions. We practice the arts of combat as well as healing. We have foes, and we fight them without mercy. And it's time for us to claim back what is ours. It's time for us to claim back Tyria from the terror of the Elder Dragons. We can't go on living our lives in fear. We have to fight. We have to make a stand. This is our story.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode number 45 of the Chronicles of Tyria podcast, Guild Wars 2 podcast for fans by fans. I will be one of your hosts tonight, Lagwyn. I'm here again and sticking true to their promise for week number 2 in a row, Kaysee and Naveen are back.
Kaysee in the house, Naveen in the house.
We're in the house. We're making sandwiches.
What?
Because that's what men do.
Because we're in the kitchen. Hey, wait. What the? There you go.
Are we a little bit?
Now we're full again. Yay!
Yeah. XSplit was updating and was giving me a message on Skype, but now it's fixed.
Right, so on this week's show, we're going to talk about the long-awaited finale to the Flame and Frost content, Flame and Frost Retribution, and I guess it's still kind of awaited because it's not done yet. We're still waiting on stuff that doesn't happen for another almost 2 weeks.
Wow.
So, yeah, I guess we'll just jump right into it here. We got some good content and then some not so good content, and we'll just kind of see how it goes.
What do you
so
mean not so good content? Everything is good.
Don't. Cool with it. I'm just taking attendance, so if you guys want to just entertain or talk about whatever in the meantime.
Naveen, this is our chance. Let's do our Broadway number.
Runaway?
Broadway.
Oh, Broadway. Oh. I don't know.
Yeah.
People are saying, Tully's saying mainly Naveen seems to be drunk already. I don't know. It's like Kaysee have asked me, did you drink before coming here? And I'm like, no. I've been awake for a long time, and maybe I'm just like normally like crazy. I don't know.
What's that? What did that person say? You're mentally unstable, but that's why we love you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Naveen, I have Kaysee's arm or your arm on the right of my screen. If you look in the Twitch thing, you see that? Somebody do this with their move their hand. You see it happening over on the right side of my little window there?
Uh-huh.
So, I got either you or
What are you talking about?
Look at my little window. See the little square? Because see, if I go, is it this side?
Oh, I see it. I see it's Naveen. No. It's me. It's me. It's my hand.
Because look, if I move over to this side, you'll see this thing in front of my face.
I don't see anything.
Everybody sees it. Look, see where I am, Naveen? See how there's a face right there?
No, she hasn't been drinking.
Sorry.
We don't know what she's talking about.
Glasses.
Technical difficulties. I was looking for my hand going in this window. I'm like, does that exist already? Like, can I touch you?
Is this even
So
real?
that's what you feel like. That's awesome.
Yeah, I guess.
Technology these days, fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, making sure I get everybody that's on the list here, which I think I've got everyone. If you come in after the fact, just speak up and I'll count you here. Alright, so I just moved these all over the place. Not good. Anyway, I just took attendance. Now we're going to move on to something that all of you I'm sure have been waiting for, which is the question of the week answers from last week. As you know, we had 2 questions. What do you think ArenaNet has in store for us with South Sun Cove? And rules for the Chronicles of Tyria drinking game. And again, just for anybody who's in the chat that doesn't know why I was taking attendance, if you're a member of the Chronicles of Tyria Guild, We take attendance. This counts for an event, which we have a monthly raffle, which we'll actually be drawing the winner of the monthly raffle live on the show here in just a few minutes. So, anyway, back to the answers for what do you think ArenaNet has in store for us with South Sun Cove. This week's winner for that question for a 2 gold, because that's what the spinner showed up for last week, is Jexos. And I want to point out that thank you again, Robovin, for always responding, but I can't give it to you every week because that's just like favoritism. So, but you both had good answers, and you both said a lot of the same things. But I'm going to read Jexos' response here. ANET will probably have the consortium play some sort of scheme with the refugees. We saw the postcard that has a vacation/resort feel, so my guess would be that the consortium will offer housing to the refugees at the cost of labor to build a vacation resort and maybe even employees for it. It might build up to be a small town/city, also where the refugees/potential workers will live. This could mean new mini-games, like a small arcade area with maybe a new version of Super Adventure Box, or PvP game modes like the ones we saw on Winter's Day and Halloween. Could also be a new dungeon focused on cleaning up an area for the potential resort or attack on the resort that we will need to repel. If not new dungeon, at the very least new events in the area regarding that focus. And lastly, the ancient Karka corpse is still around. Maybe a goofy Asura will experiment on it and bring it back as a risen ancient Karka. So, thank you, Jexos. I think it's kind of, and we got, everybody seems to kind of have this, we think the consortium has something to do with this. I actually haven't been in-game and gone to South Sun Cove to check out that area to see if there was any adjustments made to it with the new content. So we will have to see. But yeah, I think the consortium playing a part in all of this makes a lot of sense to me. We know they're helping out all the refugees. And Kaysee, didn't you say there was something going on? You read something about...
Yeah, there's a post on Reddit which is who's really behind the Molten Alliance, and it says that it's basically the consortium is behind it. That if you talk to certain NPCs, they kind of talk about how something about the consortium having money in with the refugees. They're profiting off them, and they're not helping the role because there's no profit from them to helping the role, and they're saying a lot of things, and people have a lot of theories, like the Molten Alliance is a distraction so they can work unhindered on certain things, and definitely worth checking out.
All right, and yeah, there's actually, we'll be talking about a little bit more coming up when we talk about some of the other information that was found when digging into the data from the most recent patch. But essentially, there's more things that'll make us think we're going to be returning to South Sun Cove. Kaysee just posted it, so now we don't. She just, now we don't get to talk about it later because this guild is the worst at keeping secrets. So yeah. Anyway. Now to make it more fun, let's talk about the best rules for the COT drinking game. We received a couple of responses on this. Coincidentally, all of the responses were pretty much exactly the same, meaning that we all make the same kind of mistakes all the time, and everybody realizes it. So,
except for us, apparently.
Yeah,
except for us.
Except for, no, we're kind of aware. We just kind of learned to it over a year.
Yeah.
So basically, I took the rules, I kind of mishmashed them, combined them to get a decent set of rules, because what we wanted was a set of drinking game rules that were easy to remember, but not so many that you'd have to go and look up the list of rules every time you wanted to play the game. So I will post these on the forums, maybe even post it under the fun stuff link on the main website, who knows. But here are the list of things to do for the Chronicles of Tyria drinking game. Oh, and by the way, I'll be sending 2 gold to Jolinar and to Robovin because they were the ones that had the best responses, and we mushed them together. So anyway, drink every time. Kaysee forgets to unmute her mic. Naveen mentions Logan Thackeray.
What the? People are going to be smashed already for both.
I facepalm. One of us messes up a sentence. Anyone attempts to do a voice impression.
What do you mean attempts? You're so mean.
I mean, we could always add an addendum that's like, especially if Naveen tries to be Master Togo.
Oh, she's gonna do it. Oh.
It's very tempting.
Naveen sings. Kaysee drops the Skype call due to internet problems.
Oh.
A host takes a drink of any kind of beverage.
Oh.
Not to be abused by the hosts, it says.
Any kind of beverage, huh?
Uh-huh. A host has no shout-outs or goes crazy with the amount of shout-outs.
You can't win.
Like 5 or more shout-outs, where we just start shouting out the things that we're like, and I shout out to Mountain Dew, and like random just around that. You know, we've done that before. Lagwyn strokes his beard.
Oh, just his
Naveen
beard?
acts gangsta. I have a leprechaun or some other kind of mascot sitting and playing Guild Wars in the background behind me.
That's crazy.
And anytime someone mentions a quaggin, drink twice if they talk like a quaggin.
I saw Joel said every time Naveen says A, probably do because, you know, I'm
Canada,
Canadian, but I never say A.
I know, it's too stereotypical, so I didn't...
That's your husband. Your husband always says A.
Yeah, and he's American. I don't know.
Lastly, there are a little bit extra here. Finish the current bottle/glass if anyone raps, and then it says I, Kaysee, Naveen, because they're the only ones that rap on this show.
Yeah, why don't you do it?
Lagwyn gets up and leaves his seat, walks away from his computer. Lagwyn questions the maturity of the show, and the innuendos keep going, like 3 or 4 or more innuendos keep going in a row there. So those are the current rules to the Chronicles of Tyria drinking game.
Ouch.
Can I just say how bloody hard it is not to do what you're saying that is the part of the drinking game? Like, no more innuendo. I'm like, let's keep back the innuendo. I had 5 in my head when you said that.
You can keep the innuendo. It says when they keep going. Like, not one innuendo. It's where someone says one, and then it's like, your mom, and then it just keeps going innuendos for like a half an hour, and then we're like, what were we talking about again? I don't.
Yeah, but then we might end up not having a show at all anymore.
Well, the next video will be
It's going to be like 15 minutes long, just, yeah, this week in Guild Wars 2, and here's a little bit of lore. Okay, bye.
We'll have to get back to doing 3-hour episodes of just lore.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I guess the other thing would be drink all the alcohol you own if we somehow manage to do this podcast and not do any of those things.
Oh my god, that is fantastic.
It's impossible for us to do that, but...
There's a Vangul.
That's memory burn.
Oh, that's memory burn. Oh, okay. It says when we do a change to... when do we change our name to Chronicles of Cirrhosis of the Liver?
So...
Yeah, okay, the guild is 18 plus.
Yeah. And we take no responsibility for any damages done while you're in a comatose alcohol state.
Yes,
Yeah.
now that we have officially added the drinking game, we'll be putting a disclaimer at the beginning, just to cover. Also, it'll be funny.
Our asses.
Yeah. Naveen, can you throw that over to me for a second so we can figure out how much next week's question of the week will be? Just make sure that I'm working. Okay.
Spin that wheel. Go on.
All right,
Spin
everybody.
it, Lagwyn.
So, to be determined at a later date sometime in this show, how much will we be giving away for next week's question of the week? And spin.
You spin me right.
Whoa! What is
like-
that?
Whoa.
That's a 2.
Right. That's no,
two.
it's a 2, or do we want to spin it again?
No, that's a 2.
I want to see it go round again.
All right, Naveen is gonna have a heart attack. It's a 2. Gold. And for
Careful,
those
I'm
of you that
old.
are still wondering, yes, if you wanted to develop the Chronicles of Tyria, a spinner for us, so that it's cooler or looks Guild Warsy or something like that. Yes, that's still the contest that doesn't have an end date on it to do that is still open. So.
What do they win? Respect.
Oh, if they make the best thing.
R-E-S-P-C-T. You made a wheel for me. R-E-S-P-C-T. Uh-huh. Let's go. Ow!
You drink. That's a drink. Sing it.
I love it. It's not rapping, so don't finish your bottle.
Yeah, it's not rapping. I'm not acting gangster. Was it just Naveen sings?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Naveen sings, or anybody raps. Anybody raps is finish the bottle.
Because we all know rap is not singing. I don't like rap. I'm sorry. Yeah, I do like it, but it depends. Anyways.
All right. So next up is we got a mail from RoboVin, who you may be seeing if you're live watching us on Twitch TV. For those of you who want to know, we are live here on Twitch TV every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. But RoboVin sent us some mail. He recently ran the Molten Facilities dungeon, the new dungeon that came out with the Flame and Frost Retribution content. He did that with Chronicles of Tyria, and he videotaped the whole run. So rather than show you that, because he literally videotaped the whole run, which could take, 50 minutes to watch, we're just going to link it in the description.
Because he videotaped it.
Yes.
He never recorded it. He just took a VCR, put a tape in, and he videotaped it.
Whatever. Drink, because Naveen's...
What? Because Naveen's a jerk? Come on!
Anyway, those are the part 1 and part 2 of the video there. So check those out. So that was pretty much all the mail we received for the week. Let's see. Keep going down. Let's go to shout out.
I'm sorry. Oh, I shouldn't be paying attention to the chat room a lot. Because it's like, drink because Naveen. That should be a rule.
Anyway, Kaysee, how about you? You got shout outs for this week?
Well, if I don't have shout-outs, people are going to drink. And if I have too many shout-outs, people are going to drink. So in the effort of not making people drunk, because that's a bad thing. Come on, sentences, so good. Yay, drink! I'm going to shout out.
It's going to be a drinking show.
Yeah, I'm going to shout out to Joel again because I love her and she's adorable and I don't want people to drink.
We'll have to invite Joel once so that people
She won't.
say like...
She won't come
okay.
to the show. I've asked.
Well, I'm not sure if I want her on the show because then people are going to be scared of her Quaggan impressions.
Yeah, and
And they
don't
won't
bring the
sleep at
Quaggan
night.
lady back.
Yeah, one of the rules that was on there, self-put in by when Joel sent in, was drink whenever time Kaysee shouts out to Joel, which I thought was, 1, a little bit self-centered, and 2, I don't want to constantly be like, Chronicles of Tyria podcast is a podcast for Chronicles of Tyria. It's for everybody,
Right.
so I'd like to constantly stop making like, hey, inside jokes and things.
Mm-hmm.
Which I mean,
Yeah, so if you want a shout out for me to give out your shout out, just tell me how beautiful I am, how beautiful my accent is. Tell me how wonderful I am, and then I'll shout out to you.
I know Kaysee didn't want people to drink, but you should drink because that was. I don't. Well, here I'm gonna.
It was beautiful.
Jesus.
So anyway, it's on to me here for shout-outs. I don't have any.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I could shout to RoboVin, but he sent in the mail, so.
Reverend's first bottle of Corona is gone.
All right, so Naveen, you have shout-outs.
I have plenty of shout-outs.
Let's hear it.
Let's see. Okay. First shout-out. Where are they? There they are. Okay. Oh, yeah. Shout-out to Brahms. I love Brahms because he got me staff skin from the Super Adventure thing. The same you have, Kaysee. So we're going to be
Yay!
matching.
Twinsies!
But that was really cool because, I mean, they've become really expensive. And I was like, oh no, here's my only 4 gold. Take them. And he's like, no. And it's like kind of playing tennis with gold. But thank you very much, Roms. That was very nice of you. And then I forgot last week I wanted to make a shout out to Louis, or Knickknack as some know him, because he had done a donation to COT on CoTPodcast.com. You can make a donation drink to the show. You can support us because it's expensive. And oh yeah, there was a contest on Facebook to share and like a picture of a sleeping quaggan. Some people shared it but didn't like it. Some people liked it but didn't share it, so they don't get any thing. Oh! Innuendo drink. It's gonna be insane. If you're pregnant, drink water. Okay. So the winner is Catherine Fawcett.
We should just get a drum roll sound effect.
I like my drum roll sound effect.
Okay. Well, you should just pre-record it for you.
But thanks for sharing and liking the sleeping quaggan. There's another shout out to, I don't know if it's Daniel or Daniel. I'm so bad at.
I'm gonna go with Daniel.
Okay, Daniel.
How about Dan?
Dan Leon. Because he posted a link on an article on why pirating video games is bad. He said a fun article on our favorite industry and piracy. So if you go to facebook.com/chroniclesoftyria and look at all the user posts, you're gonna see his link, and it's pretty cool. Actually, it's really interesting.
I saw that one. Was that the web game, the game about developers and the pirating?
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Yeah, it was. And last but not least, we got an iTunes review. I love you. But it's because there's like thousands of people who download the show, but none of them leave reviews. Like, people, please rate our shows. Even if you don't leave a comment, like, just rate it so that we're the best one on iTunes. It's actually from iTunes Canada. If you do leave a review, we'd like you to either like post it on our Facebook. Hey guys, check out iTunes from so-and-so country, because there are like hundreds of iTunes pages to go through and we can't see your comment unless we go to the right one. So I usually go to US, Canada, and Australia because these are the three biggest countries to leave reviews on iTunes for us. So it's from JTP Tan. Yeah, that guy. Love you.
Uh-huh.
He said more like Chronicles of Awesome. And then five stars. And he said, consistently entertaining, though I feel I miss a bit sometimes not seeing the live cast. Yeah, I know, but you might be, it's okay. You don't want to drink.
You can play it after the fact, Naveen.
Okay. It's great being able to learn lore. I missed not having played Guild Wars 1. Overall, very good. Keep up the good work, guys. So, thank you very much for the review.
Lovely. Thank you.
And that's it.
Hugsy.
Enough for me.
All right. So let me. All right. So we're gonna get on to the. On to the drawing and the participation awards. So to start, let me pull up the person who I believe I already know, but I'll just double check, who got the most participation in this current month for Chronicles of Tyria in-game events. Excuse me. And the winner is Kier, or Kated, or Katie, or whatever you like to call her.
Yeah.
She's the winner. We will be contacting you regarding...
I feel like...
Sorry.
I feel like we should have one of those sound effects where it's like all these kids going, yay!
Oh, yeah, next time. Okay, let's do an impression of kids, Kaysee. Okay, 3,
Okay, ready?
2, 1.
Just over there.
Yay! Oh, so much
I need to
drinking.
pee. Hey, someone's in the background.
Yeah, I know.
Is it the
Can you-
UPS guy?
No, it's Claire.
Oh, hi Claire.
His wife.
Alright, so we're going to get on to the... She's on the phone because she doesn't respect the podcast. So we're going to go through this. So these are the people that participated enough. So I will show you guys the names so you know I'm not lying. We got right here. Let's see if it works.
Reaper.
Reaper. Alright, so that's 1. Here we have... There's Memory Burn. There's Brahms. Sucana. Lightning. Kiara. Jexos.
Or otherwise known as Yexos.
Jolinar.
It sounds infinitely more sexier.
Elmer. And the last one here is Kier. So I'm going to mix these up.
From Mexico.
Alright, Claire. Pick out the name. Okay, here we go.
Oh, I thought he closed the chest on her hand. I'm like, whoa.
Winner! Elmer. She's asleep right now, but Elmer is the winner of our random rewards there.
Yay!
Ready, Naveen? 3,
Yeah.
2, 1.
Yay!
Yay!
We don't know what they won. It's a random prize.
I need to pee.
Thanks, hon. No, that was for... You get out of here. You don't Just go back upstairs to the world of podcasting. So, Elmer, in the next... After the podcast, I will be sending you a congratulatory email, posting it on Facebook, and sending you your prize. Katie will be getting you yours. We have to consult you what your super elitist prize is. But I will let you know when I know. So, yeah. Alright, so... Awesome, that's done. On to the next piece here. We at Chronicles of Tyria here have unveiled a new rank within our guild. We had few ranks before. We had a new rank called Veterans. And I just wanted to shout out to everybody there who made it to being veterans. There's a whole thread about it on the forums. I don't want to talk too much about it because it's pretty lengthy, but just quick shout outs to people that have achieved that. So that's Elmer, Ashley No Yubi, Nick, Pirate, Reaper, Godric, Katie, and Memory Burn. So thanks you guys for being awesome and loyal, great Chronicles of Tyria members.
Thank you!
Curious as to what it means to be a veteran, how to become one, why the hell you would even want to be one in the first place. Check out the guild forums at cotforums.com.
I like Nick. He has a sexy voice.
Ooh.
I'm married. Stop it, Kaysee.
No, he does have an appealing voice. Like when you get on, you know it's Nick.
Yeah. I'm like,
No.
hey, Nick.
Keep talking.
I'm kidding. No, I'm not.
So I wanted to just also mention, we talked a little bit about it on previous shows about the Chronicles of Tyria merchandise. We have kind of a beta merchandise in the works right now. The site needs to be tweaked a lot, and it's probably not going to be the final, but we do have a Cafe Press store that is up. It is running. The website is a little bit wonky. Like we need to go in and make everything be in the right category. But from the main page, you can see everything. Let me see if I can pull it up there. And I don't know why everybody's laughing, but...
Just don't pay attention to us.
Alright. God. Can you throw it to me, please, so I can go talking
Yes.
here?
Hurry, hand.
Alright, so everybody, this is the not fully developed here. Let me actually put it up so you can see it. The not fully developed Chronicles of Tyria trading post website. It's sort of beta mode. This is an awful looking background, and I need to tweak the fonts. And you'll see things like if you click drinkware, there's nothing, there's one coffee mug. But if you were to go to the home page and then click household items, there's a ton of things you can buy.
Oh, pillow.
So again, this needs to be tweaked. Like, if you want to play along, there's a Chronicles of Tyria flask, a Chronicles of Tyria cocktail shaker. Here's some travel mugs. Here's a stein. I think here's a shot glass. I mean, we are setting you guys up to drink during our show. Look at all this stuff we got here. Koozies, things like that. I don't even want to know why they're laughing. We're gonna keep going.
God, this is killing me.
Roms, what are you doing?
Rom should be banned from chat.
Oh, there you go. That's for everybody. So anyway. As far as clothing goes, we have a lot of random things. If you want a full, really overly priced onesie, pink onesie,
I want a pink one.
footy
Is that
pajamas
adult size?
with the Chronicles, it goes all the way up to double XL
No.
in either tan or pink with the Chronicles of Tyria logo on it. We have it here for those of you that want it.
I'm wearing that for Halloween this year.
If you want yoga pants with COT on your butt,
What?
plenty of tank tops and t-shirts in various colors and hooded sweatshirts and things like that.
Oh.
We have hats and jewelry, messenger bags, pins, magnets, things like
Can
that.
you post that link into the Twitch TV chat, please?
Yes, I can.
The onesie, was it for... that was adult size, right?
Yeah, it starts at small and goes all the way up to double XL. So I will
Okay.
take a look. We have to really... We don't have any... let's see. Soft plushness is complete comfort in and of itself. That a deep pocket, slippered feet, and drawstring hood, and this adult-footed pajama is blissful all the way around. Perfect for those cold winter nights, and perfectly understandable if you feel the need to crank up the AC in the summer. Customize and costumize. They are cozy with a capital C.
Oh my god, that is awful.
Again,
Oh, jeez.
it's in like beta mode. It'll work, and you can buy things from it, but it sounds awful in lovely pink or very bland cream. So, there's shirts. There's, like I said, there's all sorts of stuff we can put. I'm working on getting infant clothes and dog clothes in there as well, but it's just a process here. We do have mouse coasters, and there's mouse pads here, gel mouse pad and a regular mouse pad. Coffee mugs. I also have to change it so when you mouse over them, it doesn't just show the COT logo, so you can't actually see what you're looking at. But again,
It's a stress test.
yes, this is the stress test. Will you break it? I don't know.
Will you break it? Yeah. They already break us.
Feel free to check out our Chronicles of Tyria merchandise site. Like I said, it's got a lot of tweaks coming. The merchandise is still there and purchasable if you would like. So
There's a shot glass and a drinking glass. How appropriate.
Oh my god.
I said that at the beginning of my talk about how we're getting ready for a drinking game. There's
I'm sorry. The chat
We
was
just weren't listening.
very distracting. Sorry. I love you, Meg.
there are messenger bags. There are 10 packs of pins and magnets. Like I said, if we're gonna be doing a lot of, I know we're kind of limited because this is Cafe Press. We're limited in what we can make on there because we're limited at what they supply.
Yeah.
If there's something that's not on there that a lot of people want, let us know, and we'll kind of make a run of that, and we'll go outside of Cafe Press to do it. But for like stock things, like I don't know if a run of COT flasks is something that people would want to do, but if somebody wants one, then go in there and buy it.
Okay.
So- Yeah. Anyway, and I believe
Okay.
Cafe Press ships worldwide, although I'm not positive on that. So,
I'm pretty sure it does.
yeah, I think they do. So anyway.
Better.
Whoa, okay.
Whoa, got a badass over here.
Again, they will do the shipping for us, so we don't have to pay for the shipping out of our pockets. So check that out, everyone. Yes, you guys can order anything, so we'll move on. I just wanted to throw that out there for everybody to know. All right, so on to our actual topic.
Wait, we're on a Guild Wars 2 podcast? What?
Yeah.
What?
I thought there was COT After Dark.
Well, that was last week.
But
But it's always after dark.
Yeah.
Not
Here,
for Kate.
anyways.
All right.
Me.
So,
I like it. Oh, I'm not gonna go there.
Oh! That was close. That's
Yeah,
like a sip.
so I don't know if you guys know, but this past Tuesday, the final piece of content called Flame Frost Retribution, even though it's not really the final piece of content, because there's still another piece of content to come out. So they lied. But we have what's summing up the end of it. So, I'm sorry, everyone. You can't see what's going on outside of the
Internet.
yes. But anyway, yes, please drink. And anyway, so we had this brand new dungeon was just brought into the game, which by far one of my favorite dungeons. I hope it stays somehow, even though we know it's supposed to go away the 12th of May. Myself and several others believe that it would be great to be added in perhaps as a new fractal in Fractals of the Mist.
Oh, smart. I didn't think of that. That's awesome.
What was that? I shouldn't take it. No, I shouldn't. Maybe if I show up drunk, I'll be normal.
No.
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 So
That's how it works with you.
I don't know if anybody has tried out the custom PvP stuff, because that's only reserved for these the highest ranking members. So I haven't tried that. I've heard from some of our members that the spectator mode is really good. So I'll have to check that out so you can report back. The new World versus World stuff, I haven't really checked out because I haven't been in World versus World. The new guild missions, we didn't get either of them, so we'll report back when we have in those. But from what I've seen on it, it's definitely the Quaggan one is pretty cool. Guild back banners look awesome. There's 2 different kinds, but they're unfortunately only available for 5 guild commendations. So if you don't have a guild that runs guild missions, you have no way of getting it.
Did they made it?
Have a good...
Did they made it for out of World versus World?
Yes, you could just purchase it. They made it sound like it was World versus World, but it's not. You can go to the guild commendation vendor in Lion's Arch, and for 5 guild commendations, you can purchase it. But like I said, if you don't have any commendations, there's no way you can get it.
Huh.
Sucks, especially if you're a World versus World guild and you want something to represent your guild.
Yeah.
And then you need to do that sort of stuff. It doesn't really make sense.
Some of the new gem store stuff, pretty great. Rox's quiver and bow look awesome. The quiver is great for those of you who don't want to spend a ridiculous amount of gold making an ascended quiver. And Bram stuff, it looks cool, it glows, it's got a neat effect, but still not my favorite.
No, definitely not my favorite.
And
it looks more style than, it looks like it's ridiculously hard to wield, and it doesn't look like realistic in my mind. That looks like a torch or something.
Mm.
And actually, there's the I think we might have talked about it. There's the cheetah char backpack and the killer whale Quaggan backpack, which I haven't seen the cheetah char one in game, but I have seen the killer whale. It looks pretty cool. And also, there's we'll talk about the dungeon in a little bit. And there was the new toy where you burrow underground, which I think it's too much fun. And I guess we'll jump into the dungeon, which was the main piece of content. Right now, it moved, actually. They said it was you'll never know, it'll be in different locations. But it says in the top right-hand corner where it is. It was in Wayfarer Foothills for 2 days. It just moved to Diessa Plateau today.
Mm.
But and they said the path is different and everything's different every time you enter, which at least in my mind, I was thinking something completely different. When I thought of that, I thought of like Diablo 2, where every time you go into the dungeon, it would be a whole different set of ways to go. It's like one of three different enemies spawn. Like you go down this. Well, I won't spoil it for you, but at one point you either face embers, oozes, or trolls. So it'll swap. But other
That's
than that,
the most difference.
as far as I could tell, yeah, that's it. The thing I do like is you can actually get your daily gathering in the dungeon because there are mining nodes, and from those mining nodes you can get Azurite, which is the new crystal which forges Sentinel gear, which is Vitality, Power, Toughness gear. Similar to the soldiers, but instead of power being first, Vitality is. So I don't even feel like it really summed up the Flame and Frost story for me. I know there's still more to come, but I don't feel like I got closure.
No.
Like Bram and Rox are together, which we kind of like. You know, both of them are there, and you go through the dungeon with them, which we knew was probably going to happen at some point. But you know, you fight probably the best boss I've fought in the game. I love those two bosses; they're great. And it actually felt like a boss to me. Like other bosses don't really have that boss. Even like Zaitan for me didn't have that boss feeling, but they did.
Because they look like wrestling guys. Yeah, they were doing their wrestling moves and all that sort of stuff. It felt like showmanship.
No,
That's what the other bosses need.
Yeah, I feel like I felt more epic and like it was more of like a traditional boss fight, fighting those two than fighting Claw Jormag, Shatterer, Tequatl, any of the stuff, you know, the thing at Claw Island, whatever the hell that thing was called, and you know, like I said, even Zaitan, the Eye of Zaitan, all the different body parts of Zaitan, the mouth, the eye, whatever else there is, the nose of Zaitan, you know.
The vestigial tail of Zaitan.
Yes. But I definitely, and I love that cutscenes made a comeback because that made it also feel a lot more like Guild Wars 1. And that was definitely a good feeling to me. And I'm sure most people would agree that those types of cutscenes much better than the personal story, if you can even call them cutscenes, that we have in all the other dungeons. So I would definitely recommend playing it at least once, if not to try to get the sweet new jetpack backskin that I want so bad, and it's only climbed in price. And there's also the you can get the recipe for the tonic that lets you make what's it called? The Infinite Molten Berserker tonic, I believe. And
Yeah, I get that.
yeah. And I'd like to point out that my prediction last podcast about the glacial lodestones going up in price was correct. So I'm 1 for 1 on my predictions. Hey.
When's the butter going up? Because I've had it for months now. Because you told me it was going to come up, and I have like 5 stacks of butter.
Have you noticed that it's at like 30 copper? When you bought it, it was at like 10? Because that's what it's at. I'm just it's gone up in price. You're going to more than double the money you spent.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean,
Thanks, Lag.
It did turn out, yes, Alacardalina says when Paula Dean actually joins. But no, unfortunately it didn't turn out like chocolate, which went up to several silver, or even vanilla beans, which went through the roof.
Yeah.
God, yeah.
But those
I wish you could go back to the time you could buy it for karma. I would have brought billions of them if I had known.
But they were account bound when you... Were they?
I use them for omnom berries, but now I have to really buy them. Can't be bothered farming them.
Yeah.
Someone's running upstairs. I'll be back.
Okay. Well, now that Naveen's gone, the real podcast can start. Anyway. So, yeah. Well, what do you think about the dungeon, Kaysee? You've played it before.
It's good. It's not fantastic. Like other things I've done, I went in and I went, wow, this is so fantastic. I have to screenshot it. I have to blah, 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 kind of feeling to it. And then when I went into there, I was kind of like, yeah, it's cool. It's definitely cool. But some bits of it just seem a bit more too ridiculous for me. Like the way the dredge speak, it's just, especially the guy that with the traps and he's that controller guy. It's ridiculous. It just pulls me out of it. Plus the way that Brum and Rox look.
Yeah. What about him?
me
You
out
don't
of
like the super anime Char?
It's like they went, let's make him look like this for April Fools, and then April Fools came and they realized they didn't have any other skins, so they were just like, let's just leave him like that.
I don't think it was at all. You're nuts.
It's ridiculous the way they look, especially like when you look at Char. The person who researched me, I'm pretty sure she designed the Char. She was like, I wanted to make him look like vicious killing machines. They could look lean, and they could still have this feminine thing, but they could still like tough it up to the man, that sort of thing. You look at her, and she's just like a setback for Char feminism by like hundreds of years, surely. But anyway,
one Char in the entire race has big eyes. And Kaysee goes on a feminist rant. I don't understand. It's one Char. It's just let it go, woman. All right, it's not that bad.
At least can they at least say that she's genetically mutated or she's got just something that will just make me think that go the other child look at her and go, wow, what's wrong with your eyes? Something like that would make me happy. Anyway, we're moving on. So I really liked the dungeon. Wasn't like, I don't know if it's just because it's underground. It wasn't like, wow, this is so cool.
You know what a dungeon is, right?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. But it wasn't beautiful. It felt like I was doing COE all over again.
Again, you're that a dungeon isn't beautiful.
Well, no, the
Oh no, that's literally what you just said.
TA is beautiful. TA is beautiful. COF is beautiful. Don't you stop pulling that stuff on me, Lag.
A volcano.
Oh, she did the Z formation.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I thought it was good.
I
was like, it was good.
I wouldn't be able to comment because I haven't patched the game yet. Wow.
Well, yep, slacker. That's what you are.
No, I'm not a slacker. I'm never home.
Oh, well, I guess. All right. So this was free content that came in the form of a patch. You didn't like this really too much. What did you like? What was a better example of something they've done in the past that you enjoyed?
No, I just wasn't so about the dungeon, but the living story was actually very good. If they had just paced it better, my general feeling of the whole thing would be really good, because the stuff is actually really good, and if they continue doing stuff like this, I'd be really happy. But the pacing was terrible, and on top of that, it wasn't, there's nothing wrong with the living story. I just wish it was more like, bam, wow, cool, but instead it was kind of, the dungeon was very, it's hard to explain it. It didn't really bring my excitement level up very high. But things that they have done that I really liked is the themed items in the gem store and out of the game. Beautiful. Themed dyes. Beautiful. All that sort of stuff. I really like it. So... I'm really happy with it. It's just, when you're talking about the dungeon, I'm used to with Guild Wars. I say every day that I love Guild Wars. It's like a committed relationship. But with this, I was not so like, wow, I love this game. I was like, yeah, this is really cool, But I wasn't like, for example, the Kako event. I was like, wow, this is cool.
What do you mean? How could you see it? It was like. And then like half an hour, your character would be somewhere.
I should say again, the Kaka whole thing, like the new island looked so beautiful and different, and that sort of thing.
All I remember from that event was like, I'm pressing 1, and it's not doing anything.
I just remember from that event that I got that people were getting precursors. And if you had multiple level 80 characters, you could bring another level 80 and get another precursor.
Yeah, that was fun.
But I only had one level 80.
I'm pretty sure I had 2 level 80s.
I don't think you did.
And
That was way back. That was November.
Wow.
You did. I'm telling you, you didn't.
I'm pretty sure I got Miss Daisy up to level 80.
No.
Mistake.
I'm pretty sure you didn't. But anyway,
Can
I just
grab
remember
you?
that I'm glad that I ran it 4 times because I was able to get 4 of those 20-slot items. The 20-slot bag items.
Right.
The carcass shell definitely worked.
Yeah, that was cool.
So, other stuff that's in the game aside from that. I mean, they did add, there's the whole Sentinel gear type that you can get from that dungeon. Very cool. Just nice to have more options for gear. Wouldn't have been my pick for the new type of gear to add, but still worth it.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but Jal reminds me we were buffed to level 80.
No, we were buffed to 80, but your base the rewards out of the final chest were scaled to your actual character level.
Right.
So, like, if you ran it with a level 1 character, you would get level 1 equivalent gear. You wouldn't get a precursor.
Right. And we should remind people to drink because Casey's internet crashed her. She dropped a call. Ah, she's back! Hi.
Oh my god, I'm back.
People are getting smashed because of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way I roll.
Uh,
That's how I pick up the girls at the club.
What? What?
Okay,
other
guys.
things that they added to the game that were pretty cool. If you're a fan of World vs. World, they finally made your blueprints and World vs. World account bound. So now you don't have to have 800 sets of blueprints if you run the jumping puzzle. So take up your entire bank, or all your characters have siege blueprints. You can put them all in the bank, and they all stack. They tweaked the guild missions a little bit. Now Treks reward influence, which is good because outside of merit, they didn't award anything. And they made a lot of. Oh, sorry, I'm just looking at some of the other things they did. They added, like I said, new stuff to some of the guild missions. They also tweaked a lot of stuff, like Sat's Scallywag, things like that.
And they also did hideable gloves.
Yes, they did hideable gloves.
Hideable gloves. Oh.
You can uncheck your shoulder and your back, and your helmet. You can uncheck your gloves now too if you want.
I want my armor to be hideable so I can play naked. Dumbass.
Oh my god! What?
That's ridiculous. Like, I don't know.
If you have really imposing gloves, or gloves that you don't like because they don't look very nice, like the ones that go over your armor, just hide it. It's good. I like it.
That's why we have transmuting stone, transmutation, transformers, more than meets the eye. I don't know. Anyways, I just think that it's pointless because to me I wouldn't do that. I don't even hide anything on my character.
Yeah, I make sure that the equipment that I get is equipment that I like, so I don't hide it.
Mm-hmm.
Except for maybe the helm, if I don't want to see, like, especially with heavy armor, all the helms are like full face helms.
Right.
You know?
Mm.
So,
I
Mr.
like
Moon.
any sort of customization, so I'm happy.
Okay. Understand.
Okay.
there's a lot of tweaks to the various professions. I won't really go into it because there was quite a bit of tweaks. ArenaNet loves warriors and says screw everybody else because warriors get awesome buffs, and like the engineer turret is the healing turret's a little bit better. Awesome. I'll totally dust off my engineer for a healing turret that heals a little bit
I
more.
thought they made it worse.
It drops a water field now, so that's something. So you can, combo out of that.
I thought that they halved how much, like, when you bring it out, they halved how much it heals you. So it doesn't really act as I used to drop it and then I healed myself, and then it would be regeneration. But now they've halved that. which is a bit...
Okay, people are really complaining in the chat room right now about mist form.
Yeah, you can't do anything when you're in mist form anymore. If you go into mist form, all your utility skills are locked. So you could like go into mist form and heal before, go into mist form and summon your elementals and stuff. You can only... I'm sure it was never intended to be that way in the first place. It was probably just set up so that when you were in mist form, you were in mist form.
Right.
And now it's just, you know, mist form, you can't do anything except move around. Like Ride the Lightning, for instance, is now on a 40-second recharge. Unless you hit something with it, then it's on a 20-second recharge.
Oh, okay. Oh.
You know, I mean, a lot of the stuff was things that were probably meant to be that way in the beginning.
But they just didn't bother with fixing because they had bigger issue to deal with.
Right, like, for instance, Ride the Lightning actually had 1550 range, and it's only supposed to have 1200. The tooltip says 1200, and you would move 1550 on the range for Ride the Lightning. But let's see. I know there were some tweaks to some of the healing skills for elementalists. Like I think cleansing water is not as good as it used to be.
Oh,
Yeah,
my God.
it can only trigger every 5 seconds now. Which I think is that's the one where if you grant yourself regeneration, it removes a condition. It only works. It has an internal cooldown of 5 seconds now. So previously in LE, you could just cleanse conditions like crazy. They didn't really change much for Guardians. They made Mesmers a little bit better, tweaked the mantra times if you use mantras. They did make a pretty big change to all the pet, I use in quotes, the pet creatures like minions, clones, and ranger pets. They no longer aggro anything that you haven't aggroed, which is nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
And all ranger pets got a buff to their health and to their armor. And a reduction to the activation of their actual pet like abilities, like when you use like the F2 skill for your pets, it activates faster. And if you send them after a target that you haven't aggroed, the pet moves around behind the target and attacks them, so it doesn't run right in and get downed because they swipe right at it as it comes in.
Right.
So that's pretty neat. Warriors, like I said, they're like, hey, how about we double all the passive skill for all signets across the board? So all those signets that would give you 90 more of a given attribute, now they give you 180. And they're like, well, you know, warriors have some of the best signets in the game. Let's take that one that gave them might and give them your next 3 attacks are unblockable. Really? Like, oh, I'm a warrior with 1500 range and ridiculous damage on kill shot with a rifle. Guess who's not blocking me? Dead. Oh, you're elementalist. You just use your arcane shield, so the next 3 attacks are blocked. Nope. See you later. You know, and then they're like, you know what's a really good idea? It's for PvP primarily, but it'll work for everything. Let's give warriors a brand new trait that does 3% additional damage for each boon on your opponent. I'm sorry, but I'm a guardian. That's like my life. 3 boons on me all the time or more, and you're going to do 3% more damage for each unique boon that I have?
Oh my gosh.
Goodbye.
That's a bit ridiculous.
You're an elementalist. You have permanent swiftness or vigor or both, or, you know, and you know, all those different things you get from dagger swapping, and yeah. So,
I'm going to go make a warrior now.
Yep.
But yes, I understand the issues that it's more PvP related to counter bunker builds and things like that. I know. Oh, I know that warriors are bad in PvP, but I'm talking more in
PvE.
PvE.
It's just more of a general ArenaNet likes to put time into fixing things with warriors rather than other things that have been broken. Like, I think there's... I can't...
Rangers.
Yes, like Rangers, period.
And engineers. Engineers are fantastic. I was talking to Broms about this. Engineers are so much fun, but you really feel lackluster compared to other professions. You know, you're like, yeah, this is fun, and then you go out to, you play your elementalist, and you go into your engineer, and you're like, damn, I take a long time to kill stuff. I die really quickly. That sort of thing. So they need to buff them up so I can play my engineer.
But yeah, there wasn't, like I said, there was a lot of trait changes. They added a bunch of new recipes to the game because there's a whole bunch of new food options and things. You can get them, the recipes and things, out of the chests in the dungeon. They tweaked a little bit of the achievements, but for the most part, that was it. And we'll get on the 12th, which is not this coming Sunday, but the following Sunday. It'll be at 3. It'll be noon Pacific Standard Time. Will be the final little piece. This dungeon that we have will only be available until then, and then we're gonna get whatever the final bit for the Flame and Frost Retribution is, which will be around till the 16th, so 4 days or so. And this was gonna close out everything apparently.
What do you mean close out everything?
Like this will be the end of the Flame and Frost content, the real, true end.
I don't know about that. We'll see.
Here, there was a post on the forums, Guild Wars forums, that was saying that Colin Johansson was saying that this was just the start of Living Stories, and this is going to continue forever, ever, that sort of thing. Like it's going to continue going, and this sort of this sort of changing of the society of the world would be continual. So I think it means the end of the whole Molten Alliance, like the Molten Alliance gets screwed, and then the next bit is probably like the Consortium and South Sun Cove, and that sort of thing. We should probably talk about also the upcoming gem store items.
Yes, that's next on the list.
Yeah!
Always trying to jump ahead,
That's how I roll.
Anyway.
What?
So there was a Reddit thread that more information was found when digging in the stuff from the last update. So I will kind of go through this and we can kind of talk about it. So it says, first item on the list of something that was found for new gem store stuff. Learn to dance like the pros. This permanent book teaches you the dance move, dodge step, inventory shuffle, and gear grind each time you read it. You can spread the dancing spirit by leading others in these moves while you dance. Something that people have been talking about a lot was the addition of new dances, and we saw these through the upgraded boxes of fun. So these 3 new dance steps that are in the boxes of fun are now going to be in the form of a permanent book that you will be able to purchase through the gem store.
What do you think the dances will be? Come on.
It's it's the one where you shuffle like you're, I don't know how to do it. Like
They already
like
did that.
Well, that's like
No,
the
no,
human.
but they're going to give you a book so you can do it.
Well, I mean, that's like the human one only, so this would be other races could do it too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. They got jealous.
Mm-hmm.
My main is in a sir, but I can't shuffle. Fine, let's get some guys working on some shuffle books.
Hey, Naveen, this is fun. More dancing for everyone.
Look, my sir is shuffling. I don't have to create a human. Ah.
Anyway.
I'm not happy about a certain thing. Ain't it? Fix it. We have to fix it, or else people are not gonna like us.
Grouchy, Naveen is grouchy.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so moving on. The other again, this was found in the when data mining the most recent update. Again, most of the time these turn out to be true, or they show up at some point, but it could always not show up for months at a time. But Unbreakable Permanent Harvest Sickle. Invented to survive the southern seas, this tool has unlimited charges and the same efficiency as Orichalcum Harvest Sickle, available for limited time only.
Love it!
Limited, and most of these things are all with lots of exclamation points, which I'll explain my thoughts on this. So, limited sale, unlimited logging, available for a limited time only. This super efficient tool has unlimited charges and the same effectiveness as an Orichalcum logging axe. Craft anywhere! Spawn a crafting station for yourself and your allies that is usable for 15 minutes. This type of crafting station can be chosen immediately after spawning.
Did you see with the Harvest Sickle, it had reference to South on Seas?
Yes.
So that's obviously going to come out in the next Living Story.
Yes, well, there's a point to that. Well, I'll say it now. My whole point is, with all these exclamation points and the way I imagine it being read when you look at it, is what's his face? It's like citizens. Remember that annoying guy that
Oh
used to
my
say
god.
citizens?
Citizens.
Oh, guy. I think that's how I read it. I read it as that Asura, because there's everything's stopped with exclamation points after it.
Mm.
Open a direct line to Zoramos and the Mystic Forge from anywhere in the world. Allows you to use the Mystic Forge without traveling to Lion's Arch. So we don't know if this is going to be permanent, like what we had early on with the Mystic Chest, the Mystic Forge Conduit. But a lot of people are thinking so because the sale price of Mystic Forge Conduit has hanked over 20 gold at this point. So if you're planning on selling it, either sell it right now or hold on to it. My prediction would be that it'll show up like we have the permanent Black Lion Trader Express that you can get out of the Black Lion chest, or you can just buy the regular one-time use from the gem store. My assumption is it's probably going to be one-time use Mystic Forges, and then permanent ones will probably be available in the Black Lion chest. Okay, here we go. This is where we're talking about South Sun Cove, going back, Consortium. Get packed for the return to South Sun Cove, an assortment of souvenirs from the South Sun Isles. This chest contains South Sun crafting materials and a chance to get a wide variety of items such as shoulder skins, new boosts and conveniences, and a rare chance to get new weapon skins and new mini-pets. So this sounds like Consortium chests all over again.
My bank is going to break.
Someone's in the chat room asking where you're reading this.
This is on Reddit. I will post it right now.
Thank you.
Posted it earlier, but here we go.
Then they might have been new.
Yep, no, it's all good. Let's see. Stylish and fun animal hats. A cute hat to commemorate your favorite. This item occupies the head slot of your town clothes. Town clothes cannot be worn while in combat. Nobody cares. Well, people might care. I don't know. They might look really cool. We'll have to see. But I feel like animal hats is not the best thing to put in. For those wanting a slightly more rugged look, these leather pack shorts will withstand years of casual use. Town clothes cannot be worn while in combat. Here's another big thing that's going to wow a lot of people. Get more of the Dragon Festival. For those of you that were players in Guild Wars 1, you know that the Dragon Festival was the equivalent of the Chinese New Year in Guild Wars 1. And that was, it's called the Dragon Festival. It took place primarily in Kantha. But each festive dragon coffer commonly contains candy and fireworks, rarely contains fortune cookies and recipes for fireworks launchers, and even more rarely contains weapon skins. Launch your own dragon fireworks. Spawn a fireworks launcher that lasts for 15 minutes and allows you to put on a fantastic light show for everyone.
Huh.
That is so cool.
Does anybody remember when the Dragon Festival was previously? Like what time? That was in the summer, like July? July, I thought. So, somebody can check that while I continue to read here.
Yeah.
Jow.
Jow's probably on it.
Yeah. Bring merriment, festive atmosphere anywhere you go with this noise-making horn. Armor skins. Customize your combat. A full set of heavy, medium, light armor skins. Skins have no stats of their own and can only be equipped by a character who wears heavy, medium, or light armor.
Finally.
These skins can be applied once per piece to replace the appearance of another heavy, medium, light armor item. These skins can be converted for PvP use. And then commemorating Kabaya's sister Bivane. This accessory is available for a limited time. Available for a limited time. Again, said twice. Very much makes me think of, citizens. Something you buy the Consortium. Whatever that guy. And there's actually the link to the gw2.dat file if that's something that you are into.
For those people who are wondering who Kabaya is, Kabaya Marina was the first Commodore of the rebuilt Lion's Arch and grandfather of the current Commodore Lawson Marina. So that was just a bit of lore in there for you.
I also, if I remember correctly, he's going to be the star of the new third Guild Wars novel, Sea of Sorrows, that's yet to come out yet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah, so that's... So again, actually, the Sea of Sorrows book, I believe, is supposed to come out this summer, is the current slate, so I wouldn't be surprised if the book is supposed to coincide with us going back to South Sun Cove.
Come on, write faster.
Well, I know someone emailed her last year, and she submitted it to the publisher in December, I think, of last year, for the final draft reviews, and they said it usually takes about 6 or so months to get through final draft reviews at the publisher before they actually go into publishing. So summer of this year is actually an accurate time frame for publishing the actual book. So.
Oh well. We'll get it when it's ready.
Yes.
I haven't heard that for ages.
Yeah, I know.
Well, actually, they just said it on the State of the Game
Oh.
last week.
I didn't see it.
Well.
Well, that's because you're a slacker, Naveen.
Yes, that is because you're a slacker.
Naveen impression, drink.
Yeah. So.
We have a question of the week.
Yes, I know. I was gonna get to that.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like, so this is the end.
No, I'm not. I was gonna say, as you guys know, we are coming up to our 1-year anniversary of Chronicles of Tyria podcast.
Hey, I didn't do my intro.
Oh, go ahead, play it again.
Okay.
We have something for you.
Oh wait, I always forget to unmute the sound because of the. I swear, I'm good at this usually. Here's your question of the week.
Yeah. So anyway, as you know, it'll be early June will be the 1-year anniversary of Chronicles of Tyria podcast. We'll also be coming up on our 50th show very soon as well. But what do you guys want to see us do for the 1-year anniversary of Chronicles of Tyria podcast? As you know, you can either comment on the YouTube in the YouTube comment box after we've posted it online. You can email us at hosts@chroniclesoftyria.com. If you're listening to it on YouTube or on iTunes rather, email us hosts@chroniclesoftyria.com. The best answer will get 2 in-game gold. So again, and make sure you send your in-game name to us as well, so that we actually know who to send it to.
Yeah.
We've lucky so far that everybody that's responded has been in our guild, so we know what their names are. But if you're outside and you'd like to respond, let us know, and like you said, you'll be entered into win 2 gold in game. So yeah, I think that's probably it.
I was waiting for it. I'm like,
I thought your screen froze.
oh no,
Oh.
I froze. I don't know why.
Did you guys not hear the question? Did my mic mute?
Oh, okay.
What?
Repeat the question.
Yeah. So the 1-year anniversary of Chronicles of Tyria podcast is coming up. What would you guys like to see us do for the 1-year anniversary? Winner of best question will get 2 in-game gold.
Dun dun dun. So get creative.
Yes. So I think with that, that's probably the end of the show, I think.
Yeah.
Unless you guys have anything else you want to say.
Yes, like us on Facebook, facebook.com/chroniclesoftyria. We have memes! They're pretty awesome because I make them. Because you guys are too lazy to help me.
Yeah.
There's like 100 and some. How am I so creative? I don't know.
She's always so modest, too.
How did I get this good?
Why? Somebody should pay me for this shit. I don't know.
That's what you do for doing a podcast. It's all for the love of the game.
Yeah.
Can I quickly say about the COT website? So we've been updating quite a bit. Stories have been coming out. We've been doing some really good work, and there's a lot of posts about what we plan to do for the future. So definitely check out the COT fan page, fan fiction page, which is the main Chronicles of Tyria website. So definitely check that out and see all the good websites. See all the good stories. See all the good stories we've got on the website.
Also,
Yeah.
there's a white background right now, and a lot of people dislike it, so we're still working on it.
Yeah, the
Stop
background is under construction. And again, just to clarify, that's www.chroniclesoftyria.com. That's our
Yeah.
main website. It's got the link to
Wop,
all
wop,
of our
wop.
subsequent websites on there, the forums, the podcast site, all of the fan fiction stories, things like that. New Crichton fonts and things like that, signs and New Crichton founding game translated. Lots of good stuff there. And the rules to the drinking game may end up there once we're finally done posting those. But yeah,
Awesome.
that's true. Thank you for bringing that up, Live Spartan. Tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. Pacific time, for those of you that are SPVP fans, there's a stream with Jonathan Sharp. It was promoted just earlier today on the ArenaNet Facebook page. So it's on the Guild Wars 2 Twitch channel, so be sure to check that out. If you're an SPVPer or you want to get into SPVP and want to hear the devs talk a little bit about it, be sure to check that out.
Man, I'm gonna be at my quilting classes. How sad.
Man, I'm going to be fast asleep. How sad.
You guys are being not very
I'm
sincere.
kidding! My husband is like super PvP, SPVP fan-ish. He
Well,
likes
you guys
it.
are feigning being sad. I'm gonna be at work, so I'm gonna be sad because I'm at work. You're gonna be sleeping. You're gonna be at a quilting class.
We all know that you're going to watch it even though you're at work.
No, I'm not. Actually, I got a lot of work to do tomorrow.
But he's still
Actually,
sad
wait.
because he's gonna be at
wait.
work.
2:30 p.m. Pacific time.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
5:30.
Pacific.
I'll be able to watch it. I'll be watching it. I'll watch it anyway.
Oh, I'm gonna be home, but I'm gonna be doing dinner. How
Yeah.
sad.
I'll be. Say, I might be going out to go see Iron Man 3. I don't know.
Oh man.
And let's
Yeah.
close it out before we start talking about whatever.
Okay. All right.
Start talking about our lives.
So anyway, guys, thank you, especially to everybody that's new, that has come out to view us, that hasn't normally watched all of our videos. And I'd like to point out that none of us here on the podcast really do a ton of PvP. I'd like to change that on my end, just so that I'm not so biased for PvP related people, because we're primarily a lore-based show, so we normally talk about PvE and lore, but we've been lazy on looking up and researching content to talk about, so we've just kind of been going about what's going on in the news.
There's a difference between being lazy and being busy, Lag.
Fine, we're really busy then. But either way, I would like to at least have a little bit more knowledge about that. We will try to get more guest hosts and things like that. I'm trying to get Dolphy, but she doesn't respond to her email.
Yeah.
So
Because she's busy.
she is busy. She's always up to date. So like I said, I would like to learn to do more PvP stuff. I haven't done any in Guild Wars 2. I loved it in Guild Wars 1. One last thing before we go. There's been a lot of interest expressed in this, at least within our guild and outside of that, to go back and maybe once a month do like a COT retro thing and go back into Guild Wars 1 to help those people who haven't gotten whatever their goal is for Hall of Monument points, to get some of the armor skins. I know some people have been like, oh, I have 11 points and I really want 18 points.
Right.
Can we help me do that? And it's like, well, yeah, why don't we try to maybe once a month organize an event? We'll all jump back to Guild Wars 1 and everybody will donate all their mini pets and we'll go run around and do, I don't know, War and Krita to go get you your weapon skins, and we'll go run around in Nightfall to get you your armor skins.
That's a very good idea. I like that. Helping
Thank you.
people's what I do.
So, again, that'll be something else that we'll talk about once we'll post that once we figure it out. But again, thank you to everybody who came out and watched us. Thank you again to everybody that's new that we haven't seen in the chat. We do appreciate more people checking us out. So yeah, we'll be seeing you next time. So for episode number 45 of the Chronicles of Tyria podcast, I'm Lagwyn.
I'm Kaysee.
And I am Naveen.
We'll see you next time.